Hi guys. So I just woke up. Look, I spilled coffee everywhere. That was the kind of morning I started off with. But we're gonna make this a bomb day. So good. So good. So today I wanted to just film a faux freckle makeup look. And basically I was inspired by this picture. I found this picture on Pinterest, so I don't know who this person is. If you guys know who this person is and you know their Instagram, let a girl know, because I absolutely love the way that this looks. It's amazing. There's probably a huge glare, so I'll probably post a picture for you guys to see somewhere on the screen, but she has like a really cool like cut crease, feathery brows, and freckles. I also love the lip color, so I just wanted to kind of recreate that look. I'm super into the faux freckles that's been going on. It's so funny how that became a trend, but I'm kind of digging it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. This is my morning face. I literally just woke up. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. I'm not proud of my morning face at all. At all. I'm gonna try to do this as a talk through. We might end up doing it as a voiceover halfway through. Let's see how fast I could do this, because I do have to go to work. First thing I'm gonna go in with is the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. I love this primer. It is so, oh my goodness, it feels so amazing. Like the best, feels so good. It's super smooth, and like, I don't even know how to explain the texture. It's just, it's so smooth. I love it. So I'm just putting it like right here at the center. That's where I get the huge pores. And then I absolutely love putting a little bit of this under my eyes. I'm sorry if you guys can hear all the LA traffic in the background. And then a little bit on my chin. And that's it. We're done with the makeup tutorial. This is the look. I like to let the primer kind of sit for a little bit before I actually go in with foundation. I don't know what it is, but when I let the primer kind of sit and dry for a little bit, I feel like it works a lot better. With any primer, not just this one. Alright, now I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs foundation, and I'm going to mix it with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I'm just going to put the Marc Jacobs because this is like heavy duty coverage, and I just want to quickly get full coverage. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this. This is actually a little too light for me right now. I kind of got a little bit of a tan. I'm so proud of myself. This summer, I'm actually getting a little bit of a tan. Look at me. Look at me now. You can actually tell if you like look at my boob. You can see that I have some color. And I'm going with this one. Oh my goodness. Marc Jacobs is light. Got that one in the winter time in February when I had like no tan at all. So white. So white. My butt is still white like that. I need to tan my butt. Look at that. See how full coverage that is, like right away? For concealer, my under eye area has been like really dry recently, so I've been using the Fake Up. This is like an oldie but a goodie. I used to love this concealer back in the day. If you have like a dry under eye area, I just pop that like on the under eyes as I would concealer. It's really nice on its own too, but I just don't feel like it's good enough coverage for me on its own. So I go in with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer on top of it. And I just really like the fact that that one is so moisturizing, so it makes my under eye area look so good. Set my face with the Airspun, and I mixed a little bit of the RCMA No Color Powder. I've actually been loving this combination together. So I'm just setting my lids. I'm also gonna set my under eye area and my whole face with a big powder brush, and I'm just gonna lightly kind of set my face. Put a little bit of powder just all over. Now I'm gonna go in with bronzer. This is actually a powder. This is the L'Oreal True Match powder, but it's in just a dark shade. It is in the color Cappuccino, and it is my favorite like bronzer powder. Even though it's just a powder, but I just feel like when you get a powder but in like a darker shade, I don't know what it is, but it just blends so beautifully, and it's a really nice color too. It's not like too ashy or too warm. And I also always like to go up the temples and up the forehead. Then I'm gonna go in with this Morphe G41 brush. This has been my favorite brush because recently I have been doing a little nose contour. I mix the 3 shades, I tap off all the excess, then I actually put a little bit on the back of my hand because I just want the smallest amount of color, and I just go down the bridge, like the sides of my nose. Not the bridge, just like the sides right here, and a little on like the tip. Basically, it does a very little, like it makes such a small difference, but such a big difference at the same time. It takes me 2 seconds to do this, but I feel like when you wear such full coverage foundation, sometimes you can lose your nose, you know, especially in like flash photography and stuff. So I think that this just kind of helps define the nose a little bit. So I just do this, and that's it. That's all I do. Quick, easy, and it gives a little dimension to the nose. For blush, I'm going to be using this Model Co blush in Peach Bellini. I'm putting on a little bit more blush than I normally would because once we put the faux freckles in, I did it once before. I did like the whole faux freckles, and I feel like you have to go over them with powder. So I'm just doing my cheeks a little bit extra. A little extra blush. Whew, I had to open the door and everything and put the AC on. It is getting so hot in here, and it's only the AM. Alright, and now the fun part, the freckles. So I'm gonna go in and actually start off with this, which is the Mud Eye Pencil in Rich Brown. I like to start off with a pencil because I feel like it's just very light. So it'll give you like a 3-dimensional look. So I'm just gonna go in and you kind of do it like randomly. You do random sizes and stuff, and you just go along like the nose. Where you have a pimple, I just put it like right on that pimple, like on the tip of the pimple. Like that one right there. And that one right there, because it creates like a 3D freckle. I like to put like a little bit everywhere. Like one here and there too, just because I think it looks a little bit more natural if you put a little bit in other places, not just like the center. I'm gonna go in with some powder, and I'm using the Bare Minerals powder. I'm gonna do the matte side. I'm just gonna powder it. There you go. And then I go in with this, which is the Anastasia Brow Pomade in Medium Brown. And I'm just going to be using this little brush right here. This is a really cheap little brush that I got a while ago at a beauty event. They're not very good quality, so I'm not going to recommend them. But I'm just going to use this because it's really small. Go in, and this color is a little dark too, so you want to make sure that you're placing it really strategically and not too many. And I'm not gonna dip my brush in anymore. I'm just gonna keep on going with it because the more that it fades, the more natural it's gonna look, you know, because it's just gonna give you that three-dimensional sort of look. Now I'm gonna go in with more powder, and you kind of basically just wanna keep doing this. Like, I'm probably gonna do one more round after I do this powder. You wanna go back and forth between like the powder and the pencil and the pomade, layer them, and it'll make it more natural looking. I'm gonna use these two blending brushes. I'm using the Morphe 350 palette. I'm gonna go really high in my crease with this. I'm not gonna go, like, my actual crease is right there, my lids are really hooded, but I'm gonna go above that because we're gonna do like a cut crease the way she had it, where it's just like floating. And I'm using this shade right here. It's kind of like a nice peachy warm brown. And I'm not going to do an intense cut crease. I'm going to use a little bit of this darker shade right here. Just a tad bit on the tip there. Just deepening it a little bit. MAC Soft Ochre to cut the crease. This shadow, I'm actually going to mix these two together, and I'm just going to put that right on the lid. Just gonna use that same shadow. I'm gonna kind of feather the outer corner there. It just looks a little unblended. So just using those shadows, I'm gonna feather. Now I'm gonna go in with a flat liner brush. I'm gonna use just a little bit of this really dark brown, and I'm gonna dip my brush into it, tap off most of the excess. I'm just gonna do like a little bit, like right along. You see how it just makes the smallest difference, but it's like a little bit there. So I'm just putting a little bit, like really tight to the lash line. Going to use the Vintage highlighter. I'm so in love with this. Do you see? I've hit pan on both of them. This is like the most beautiful, more like natural, kind of like glowy skin highlighter. I'm gonna just put that on right there, like the very like arch of the brow. I'm not gonna like drag it out. I'm just gonna put it right there where that high point is. On the Cupid's bow, tip of the nose, and of course the cheekbones. Really go in it, kind of bathe in it. Now I'm gonna go in with my NYC Liquid Liner, and then I'm gonna be doing these eyelashes on top, and of course mascara on my top and bottom lashes. While my lashes are drying, I'm actually going to go in with the ColourPop Notion Liquid Lipstick. This is going to be the star of the show. I'm so excited. I know, it's beautiful, right? It is beautiful. Alright guys, that is it for this makeup tutorial. I I had so much fun doing this. I actually really like the way that this came out. The wing liner, the little like invisible, almost like floating cut crease. The lip, I think the freckles actually tied in nicely with like once I put on like all the eye makeup and stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos, and thank you for all the support so far, and I'll see you guys in my next video.